Hello ladies and gentlemen, Barcode here. I'm here for another video. This video is going to be about runes for the most part. I'm going to give you guys a tip of the day, which if you've noticed, I've given a tip of the day at the beginning of a video for the last two. So I'm going to try to keep doing that for as much as possible until I run out of tips, and then I'll ask for some suggestions, obviously. So I actually had one tip, but I was recording pretty much 20 minutes and I didn't record, so here I am again. Today's tip is going to be pretty much your invasion. Okay, invasion, it takes up your PvP wings, yes. However, for free-to-play players, you know, it's all these carrots. Okay, so pretty much, what is it? It says 9 stages, so I mean pretty much 30 carrots that you can end up getting, or honor points. And honor points are important because why? Skill buns and your towers. So make sure to do those. I still need to do mine. They go into your PvP flags, but what can you do? It's free carrots and you're free to play. So let's get started on the runes. Okay, runes are kind of common sense in a ways. If you read the descriptions and see that, you know, okay, it's a 4 set and you need 4 of them to get this bonus. Okay, the most important things to think about though is what rune sets to put on what servants and what masters. Okay, the main thing I look at when I look at a servant or a master and decide what rune set they want to be on, what I do is I look at their base stats. Okay, most of the servants and masters base stats are different. As you can see, Bjorn has 1070 attack, 102 speed, 397 defense. Okay, Gretel has a little bit more attack, less defense, a lot more speed. Okay, same with Bella. Speed, I can't compare a 6-star and a 5-star. So let's go with Kume, this little hot thing. 787 attack, defense 292, speed 102. Okay, attack 567, defense 308, speed 98. Look at this base health though. 11,660. Okay, compared to other DPS where it's 7,600. Okay, let's compare range DPS and range DPS. Okay, so range DPS 11,660, 567. But again, that's nat 4 and nat 5, so I can't do that. Okay, good example. Executioner. All right, tank 7,000 health. 334, defense 298, speed 95. As far as Chrysilla base stats, more health, less defense. Okay, so why I bring the base stats up is for a reason. The rune sets, okay, they go off of what you call their base stats. So for example, I'll go into why I ruined Gretel Eruption. Okay, look at her base speed 107. Okay, you're gonna benefit from the eruption set bonus of 25%, way more than you would on, say, Bjorn, which is 102 speed, or Kume, which is 98. Okay, now it depends on their skill sets too. However, you can benefit much more from other places by putting the right rune sets on them. You can manipulate whatever you want in those runes, like for substats, speed, crit, whatever. It's the same sets. It's the same stats as the sets. Okay, this is just the sets that you put on your monsters or servants. To get the max benefit from them, you got to look at the base stats, no matter what. Okay, so let's go into that. The 10 rune sets, you know, Beast is attack, Life is health, Blade is crit, Skill is affect accuracy. That'll help you land your debuffs, which I want to talk about that in a second. Vampire is Leech, which is lifesteal, pretty much, not lifesteal, but whatever amount of damage you do, you get a portion of that back, which is 35% of the damage done to you in health. Okay. Iron is defense, Eruption is speed, Havoc is crit damage, Resistance is effect resistance, which helps you not be debuffed by armor breaks, heal block, etc. Petrify is stuns. Okay. Before I go into anything else, I want to talk about effect accuracy. Okay. There's a lot of people saying servants are bad, blah 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 blah. Okay. I want you to look at a non-skilled up servant here. Okay, Kume, for example. 70% chance of decreasing enemy defense for 30 seconds. Okay. Now, say this is a different monster, because you wouldn't put 100% accuracy on Kume. You'd put a lot of accuracy because of her passive, but you know what I mean. So, they're saying servants aren't landing their debuffs. They're not landing their dots. They're not landing their armor breaks, and I have 100 accuracy. This game is stupid. This monster, this servant, is horrible. Okay. Well, yeah, you have a 70% chance of landing it before accuracy is even into effect. So mathematicians, you can help me on that and comment below what that percentage is really. 100% of 70%, what they're supposed to be hitting. But look, if you skill up these monsters, you gotta invest in these servants. You gotta take the time and skill them up. Once you do that, that goes to 100%. So now you only have to worry about accuracy and resistance. Okay. People are wondering why Lara's dots aren't hitting, you know, etc., etc. You gotta skill them up. I'm focusing on Lara right now. I'm putting all my investment into Lara for floor 7 and floor 10, just for a safe team, so I can farm it non-stop, because I don't have nat 5s that can carry me through these dungeons. Okay, I have Lucian, but she's only good in F7, floor 7. But anyway, so for example, I finally just hit in the second skill that she actually lands at 100% now. So 20% activation rate, 10% activation rate. Okay, so it's at 100%. However, you have to look into accuracy and resistance, which her accuracy is horrible. So I like it. She needs good runes. She needs fully skilled up to land things. Okay, just something to think about. Okay. So when I look into runes, so you know, I looked at Gretel's base speed, which is much higher than anyone else besides Bella. You know, she has high base speed too, because her stuff is based on speed. So I thought in my mind, why don't I make her super fast and just one-shot a tank? I don't, in PvP, I don't need to do 150 to 200,000 damage in one shot. I need to do enough just to kill the tank quickly, so I can go on to the DPS and move on. So I put Eruption on her. I put speed on 2. You know, crit rate. I don't even have crit damage. And then I luckily have a 6-star speed. I mean, attack. So, I mean, what? Her stats aren't amazing. It's 2,000 attack. There's other people that are playing with 3,600 attack power and 100% crit, but they're slow. So they do their 2 skills, and then they're auto attacking until their ultimate is up. But for me, on the, let's see, I get 1, 2, 3 skills off before I can ultimate with Gretel already. And I want it faster. I want it to be done literally. I want to put my defense buff on Ishmael, attack power buff on Gretel if I even need it half the time. I don't. And then ultimate. So I'm trying to shoot for like 220 speed and see what happens. So again, you know, I'll go over, you know, just for an example. Okay, Griselda has more health, less defense. Okay, Executioner has more defense, less health. So I would stack her more with on the prioritizing side of life runes with defensive subs, and then for Executioner I would do more defensive and kind of like effect resistance kind of deal, but also get that health up too, because when he's armor broken, he's pretty done. So just things to look for. You know, things to look out for is skills that have deals damage based on target's max HP or ignore defense. The biggest thing for them is crit damage. Okay, attack and crit damage. Okay, but mainly crit damage, because you're dealing with something that isn't a number really. Like ignore defense is pretty steady, and depending on the opponent's health, the target's max HP, it's going to be steady. So the higher the health, the higher the damage goes. If you put crit damage on something like a max HP monster of the enemy, you're going to do even more damage. So just things to look out for. A couple things to look into before I go. The highlighted runes. Okay, the highlighted runes, they have to connect for it to be the most beneficial. Okay, so for example, you know, you do what you can do with the runes that you get. However, so I have 2 iron sets here. An iron set gives 15% bonus. Okay, but if you sorry, the iron set gives 15% bonus. If you use this and you look down here, it's 17%. They have to connect. They can't be separated over here and over here. Okay, so they have to like the 2 sets. So iron, iron, iron all throughout. It would be 17% iron on all 3 bonuses. Okay, something to think about. One more thing about runes. You can increase the inventory if you haven't seen the little plus sign right here. I just showed in the last video that I forgot to record that it costs money and it goes up 5,000 every time you expand your inventory. So you can expand it. I don't know what the max is yet, but I have it up to 160. I haven't hit the max yet because I haven't farmed that much of runes because I'm doing other things. So you also, while I'm here, you can increase the inventory if you haven't seen too. It was maxed at 80 at one point. I don't know if it goes up in level that you can get more, but I have a ton of spots now that I can buy. So they also cost gold as well. I thought they cost carrots too, but I can't remember. That might have been just the black market. But oh, also real quick about the sets, the 2, 4, and 6 slots, they are the slots that should be percentages unless it's speed. Okay, so for example, this 2 slot is speed. Speed will never be a percentage in runes. Okay, so this 2 slot is the only slot where you can get speed into. Okay, so every 2, 4, and 6 slot should be a percentage. You should never use a flat, no matter what. The 1, 3, and 5 slots, they can only come in flat stats as the main stat. In your substats, when you're farming runes, you want to make sure that you can try to get the percentages as much as possible. There might be 1 flat stat and all the other ones are good percentages, then keep that. Roll it out, see what it hits. If it hits the flat stat on +3 and +6, then get rid of it. Okay. But yeah, that's my rune help for today. If you have any questions, just please feel free, comment below, comment in Reddit. I'll try to help you out as much as possible, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and